So it's basically saying this releasing a roof situation would be okay. So these are the tariff levels. So it's just some sample figures. So this is perhaps the big market. So we think that's one. Once you've upgraded your property, next thing you might want to do is generate some electricity or heat. Especially solar PV under 4 kilowatts. That would be the vast majority of most houses in the UK would be in that value. Each unique energy you generate, you get 41p. If you then export any of that energy, you only get 3p. If you use it in your home, you save a lot more, about 12 pence kilowatt hour. You'll get paid this amount for every unit of energy you generate for 25 years. There's a range of different generation tariffs. The idea is that each technology will actually end up giving you the same return, roughly between 5 and 8% per year, for the lifetime of the project. The rates are set differently to essentially allow for the different sort of costs of those technologies.
Do you mind just explaining those again?
I've got a work example, so that should hopefully,
okay.
Yeah, explain that a bit better. So this is an example of a very typical house currently using 4,000 kilowatt hours of electricity a year. So this would be one that was heated by gas or something like that. But this is just for electricity for appliances, lights, and standard sort of things. So it fits a 2 kilowatt peak photovoltaic system for generating electricity. It's going to take up 20 metres squared of roof area. That would generate around 1,600 kilowatt hours of electricity. So a bit under half. You're going to pay 41 pence, 3 pence for every kilowatt hour that you generate. So there'll be a meter that generates that calculates that bit. Then what you actually do with electricity, so half of it in this example will be used on site, and the other half will be exported. So you then import, see, the remaining energy that you needed for your usage. So total savings in this situation can essentially, you've got the amount that you generate, so that's that bit times 41.3, plus the export benefit, which is relatively minor in comparison. Get a bit more, the on-site savings are slightly better, so you're looking at sort of just under £800 a year. Now, capital cost is just, for example, maybe £11,000 installed cost. You can see that it's a reasonable rate of return on your investment in that situation. This is another example of a wind turbine. So you've obviously got a different generation tariff. This will be in quite a windy location. There's obviously a larger installed cost because it's a 6 kilowatt wind turbine. But then obviously a larger reward. So very simple principle. I'm not going to have a bit more questions about that feed tariff afterwards, but just I don't know how much time have we got.
Stop looking. Keep going for a bit.
Yeah. This is a renewable heat incentive. It's going to be a very similar type of scheme. It's a consultation at the moment. Again, the idea is that it allows people to make an investment in the technology that wouldn't perhaps achieve under the current market conditions. The proposal is the scheme will launch from the 1st of April next year. The idea is that a figure will be calculated on what your renewable heating station should generate as opposed to what you might actually generate. One, because it's expensive for me to heat. And two, because people could produce heat potentially that they weren't actually using, so just the claim tariff. So the idea is it'll be like this is what you should generate. So again, the idea is that it will massively increase the amount of installations renewable heat across the UK by 2020. Again, eligible technologies, pretty much anything that produces renewable heat in some form or other. Obviously, you've got things like heat pumps, which is technically just a low carbon heat source at the moment. Biomass boilers, so thermal panels. So, sort of again, a way of perhaps calculating that. example here where this is actually from the documents, I've just sort of copied bits of it in. It's been calculated that this property would have a reasonable space heating requirement of 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, and a hot water of 3,700, so it's got a total of 13,700. Solar thermal panels would produce around 6% hot water installation, for example, and the biomass boiler would do the rest. So that would work out as the biomass boiler doing the majority. Some subtle differences here. There's obviously a different rate for each of the technologies. There's also a different length of time for each of the technologies, and there's more variation in the heat incentive document as to how long you get the payments for each technology. But again, the idea being that this will, people will seriously consider installing microchannel technology when they need a heat source. In terms of some of the work we've started doing probably since about September last year on the supply chain in East Midlands, there's a little map here showing you MCS-based installers. These people who've got full certification. There's probably around 10, 15 companies, easy to tell when they've just started this process, who are currently going through this process. There's lots of other companies out there who offer installation at the moment who perhaps haven't been through the process yet. They tend to be, on the whole, solar thermal installers, small companies who perhaps don't do that many installations per year at the moment. And that hasn't really been the incentive for them almost to take up certification. The grants at the moment aren't particularly generous. I think with the heat incentive proposal, if that comes to fruition, then I think we'll see a great take up of that, and certainly getting more people who are interested in becoming part of this. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on this afternoon in the workshop. So actually we're running various workshops over the next few months. So we've got an install panel so that when someone contacts us at the Advice Centre, we can signpost them to people who are local to them. We also like to share those kind of installations so that we know what's going on. Other things we try and do is help some installer companies with their marketing. For example, lots of them don't have websites and have small volume pages, that sort of thing. So we're trying to saying, steer them perhaps towards them and want some funding available, that sort of thing. Going. So I've got a flyer here that's from outside actually. There's just an example of one of the events that we're going to be organising. There's two events here. These are going to be in with North Castilian District Council. There's one in Icombe, the road, and one in Sleaford. Essentially what we do is we contact lots of interested consumers who perhaps might have already said to us that they're interested in installing renewable energy. We'll ring them up and say, send them a flyer and say, well, there's an event coming up where we're going to bring along 5 or 6 different companies who install, and you can come along and chat to them. Perhaps you can arrange a visit, that sort of thing. So we bring, because there isn't really a shop front for the sort of thing at the moment. So this is basically like having a fair, bringing people together. Obviously, any new company will start if it once they've got the certification, and we can invite them on to these events as well. Obviously, find information days like today. We're also looking at organising some open house days so people can obviously go and talk to people in their local neighbourhood who perhaps already have an installation, so they can get their opinion on it rather than just a sales pitch from a company. So there's our website address and phone number. If you bring that number, you get through to the local centre for these businesses. And obviously also events.
Thank you.